Hi, girl. Okay. Hi, guys.
Hey, welcome back, guys.
All right, I was telling Hannah her hair looks so good.
Thank you.
You got it cut a month before the wedding?
I got it cut a month before the wedding, but I get cuts very often, and that's how I feel like my hair grows so fast.
Yeah, I was about to say.
Just a trim. Like, just a trim.
trim?
Yeah, my girl knows literally just the ends, and that's what I do, like, every 2-3 months.
Yeah.
And I feel like that keeps it. I hate when my ends, you know, when you start to brush your hair and you can feel your ends are getting kind of like scraggly, a little more knotted. Like, when I get cuts very often, it should be really smooth to brush, and that's how I like it. So I need to go get it cut.
That's good. And you feel like that's what makes your hair grow a lot?
think so.
Okay.
Yeah,
I went to go get my hair cut last week.
Yes, how was that?
It was good. She chopped up what was needed, which was a trim. That trim shit, girl. My hair's show as hell. I feel it. I feel it more than, like, it's not obviously up to here, but it's like to here. And then she's like, yeah, you need like maybe one other good trim, and then will still be the same size unless you want to wait a little longer. And I'm like, I'm gonna kind of see how my hair feels, and I'll probably wait a little longer because right now my hair feels short. And I tried doing it the other day, and I just didn't like it, and I end up just wearing my hair up. So
do you have layers, or is it just
it's layers? She did a butterfly cut. She did great. She did a great cut. It's just the length is really short, and I'm still trying to learn how to play with it. I'm not loving the hair, so it's just like I end up wearing it up. I love my hair up anyways. Right now I'm going through, I feel like I go through phases. Right now I'm in my phase where it just ends up going up, and I like it. It's okay. You know,
you look really good with your hair up.
I like it. So I'm like, okay, you know what, until my hair grows. But if I look back at my old pictures before I decided to go on this bleaching journey, I'm like, I'm such a fucking idiot. My hair was so long. My hair was so long. What did I do?
Are you thinking about extensions, or you don't want to go down that journey?
I don't want to go down that journey. I'm like, no, it's too expensive. And, you know, I don't know. You know, I was going through I told you and Gabby last week the wig journey, and I was like, no, I don't think I could do the wig journey either. I sweat too much. So right now, it's okay. Even the summer right now, I wear my hair up a lot with running and everything, so there's just like no point.
Do you feel like you're noticing a difference by taking the supplements?
Yeah, I mean, it's gonna be a month, maybe by next week or 2 weeks. I still have like maybe a week left. I do. I notice it more, not so much my hair, even though I feel like I just had my hair and my hair is gray again. But like my freaking leg hairs and like everything else. I was tanning outside, and typically because I have laser, it takes my bikini line like 2 weeks to grow. No, girl. I was sitting outside. I was like, I'm hairy. What the hell? I'm like, this is not what I'm used to. Only shaving.
Going to the wrong parts.
It's going to the wrong parts. But I'm assuming it's going everywhere, right? Yeah. So,
well, yeah, it's hair.
Yeah.
What is it? Biotin, collagen, all that stuff.
I'm taking that one pill.
You told me they're expensive.
Yeah, they're expensive. So it's got to be all that's making it grow. So
give it like another month without a cut, because like when you get your hair cut, it freaks you out for a second because it's short. But give it a month and see how much it grows.
Yeah, my hair grows pretty fast too. So I'm like, I'm gonna give it another month.
It looks good.
Yeah, and then I'm for sure gonna do the Brazilian, because I swear, I tell Chris, I'm like, I swear I have curly hair. I just need to do the whole mousse thing. He's like, if you have to put 5 products in your hair is not curly, Jasmine. I'm like,
to curl it.
Yeah, I'm like, no, but it is. I'm like, I bet you I do have curly hair. He's like,
have you ever used a diffuser on a blow dryer? So for really curly hair, a diffuser, it's like sticks onto a dryer and it just holds the hair and it kind of diffuses it. Yeah. But that's really good for curly hair. Like I used to use it all the time when I wanted really like soft, natural, curls without it, because a blow dryer tends to make it frizzy with curly hair, so the diffuser just like makes the heat kind of diffuse softly into the curl, so it holds your curl better. Try a diffuser and see, because it scrunches it too.
So I'm like, maybe I do have curly hair. You're gonna catch me in here with curly hair.
How long does a perm last? I know you said you thought about doing a perm.
I don't know. But then I look at like, the way I like my hair like this, so soft. Your hair looks so soft and stuff, and I'm like, if I get a perm, like, then I'm just gonna be like,
you'd have to style it, blow it out, style it straight, and then curl it.
So no,
we always want what we can't have, right? Or what we don't have.
I know.
How
was your week? I saw your story.
Miserable.
You said you had a hard week.
Yeah, absolutely miserable. I mean, and I'm not trying to be like, oh, pity. No. I hate being that bitch, but this week for certain reasons was so. Certain things brought me down, and I let something really, really, really hit me so hard, and I like talked about it obviously with Blake all week, and his brain works like such a man. He's like, you're like, don't even let that bug you. Don't let that stuff get to you. Like, you have so many amazing things going on in your life. You have so much to live for and be happy right now. Like, don't let that little shit get to you. But it does, and I can't help it.
Is it what you and I know?
Yeah, of course.
Well, it's funny because I know you and I know what it's like private matter, guys. But I was thinking a lot about you for like when you told me, and then like the day after, and then when I checked up on you again, and I couldn't even, because I was at breakfast, and Chris is like, you need to let it go too, and I'm like, I just feel for her. I'm like, because I know what she's going through, and it's a really hard situation. But I was just like, I had anxiety, and I'm on my anxiety med, so I'm like, I can't imagine what. Even though, we're strong and we know, like, logically, we have to let certain things go, emotionally, it's stuck there.
Yes.
So I can,
And I can't get out of it. I've tried everything I can possibly think of to do, like, distract myself, right? But ultimately, things still get to me. I'm human, and I'm such an empath.
Yeah.
To a fault, to where, like, things really, really hit me if they mean a lot to me, and if it's on my mind a lot, I can't shake it. And I've had, like, nightmares every single night. I have had anxiety, like, waking up, like, with panic attacks, which is not normal for me. I mean, I have them sometimes, but this week has just been so low. But Saturday is the day I was like, okay, I have to snap out of it. I have to move on. I'm not going to let something like this matter really, really steal my joy in life, because I'm newly married. I have an amazing husband. We are so happy. I'm living a beautiful, great life. So I have to move on with life and put things, like, have things in my life that feed me well, like, bring me up, make me happy, right?
Yeah.
So Saturday, I booked writing. I went writing.
I saw that. How was it?
It was amazing.
Yeah.
Like, it's everything. It literally is the best form of therapy for me personally. Spending time in the yard, like, with the chickens, just, like, doing very grounding stuff, sitting in the grass has been amazing for me. And spending time with family, like, my sister came over, and we just went around town and grabbed some, like, of our favorite little food spots and some fun drinks, and she stayed over, and we watched that new war movie you were talking about, Warfare, I think. Is that the movie you're talking about? It was okay. I feel like men would really like it, specifically men who are ex-military or in the army would enjoy it, but for me, it was this one storyline based on a true story, and it didn't have a really big, like, plot line to it. It was just them basically reiterating a story of what happened for, like, a few hours, and that's it.
Oh, okay.
And it was filmed a little, like no music. I don't know who the director is, but it was filmed almost like a vlog of, like, this certain thing that happened.
Yeah.
When some of American soldiers were deployed. But it was good. If you like war movies, you'll enjoy it. But it was really, really gruesome, and, like, there was one specific guy who was in, like, so much pain the whole time, and so it was tough to watch. So, it probably wasn't the right movie for my mood at the time. Like, I should have watched, like, The Notebook or something, like,
or like a funny ass movie.
Yeah, or like, exactly.
Have you seen The Wrong Missy on Netflix?
No, what is that?
You've never seen The Wrong Missy?
No.
Okay.
I've never even heard of that.
Oh my God. It's on Netflix.
The Wrong Missy?
I cannot believe you haven't seen that movie.
It's comedy?
Oh my God. You are going to be you're going to be pissing your pants. It's so good.
Okay. Who's in it?
That guy that's in all the Adam Sandler movies. What's his? I don't know. You're really good with actors' name. Let me show you the cast.
Is it an older movie or newer?
It's from last year, I think, right?
Oh, okay.
So Brittany had put me on it, and we, it's this one. That guy. Hold on. That's the girl. That's the guy.
Okay. Never seen it.
The Wrong Missy, guys. If you have not seen this movie,
that's
on
Joe
Netflix,
Dirt.
it is.
I've forget his name, but
hilarious.
Okay.
You are going to pee your pants.
Okay, I'll watch it tonight.
You need to watch stuff like that. You should not have watched that war movie while you're peeing.
Yeah, I know. You had told me you wanted to see it.
Yeah.
We were on Amazon, and my sister was like, "Oh, I wanted to see that too." She likes war movies, so we watched that. It was just not what I needed. Yeah. So it was okay, but I mean, yeah, I did things to really like bring myself out of it. I just snapped out of it. Then the next day, like, I called my husband, like, crying because I just, like, it happened again, you know, like hit me again. And he's like, it's okay. He's like, you have 10 chickens that love you. Like, that's all that matters. Like, oh my God.
Oh my.
He's so sweet. But, no, other than that, it's been good. And then Mother's Day, we had a great Mother's Day.
How
what did
was
you
that?
do? We went to Nobu and we had the new Sunday brunch that they offer, and it was so good.
You took your mom?
Yes.
Okay.
We took my mom, my sister, and I. So it was just us girls, and it was great. All you can eat
so
sushi.
glad.
It was amazing. We had the great drinks and just sat there and talked for hours. Had a great little brunch.
Did Emma go with her mom?
Yeah, Emma was with her mom this weekend, so we didn't have her. But.
How is it as a stepmom, Mother's Day? Is it weird?
No, not at all. No, not at all.
I wanted to ask you because I'm sure, like, as like if I was a stepmom, like I'm like, you know, curious as to how it is.
It's totally fine. I mean, yesterday, her and her mom called me and she did wish me happy Mother's Day, which I was not expecting at all because I don't ever. I respect the fact that, you know, I'm her stepmom and that's totally fine. But Blake makes it a great day for me.
That's
even
good. I was going to ask.
Yes, even though we don't have her, he always gets me flowers and like stuff from Lululemon, just little stuff. Like he always gets me really sweet stuff. And my mom and his mom.
Oh, they get you a little something too? That's really sweet.
Well, I mean, we get them flowers and stuff, and they always wish me happy Mother's Day too.
Yeah.
But and honestly, any woman who's like a fur mom is a mom, right? Any woman at all who still doesn't have children, who is hoping to have children one day, I think we're all like mother in a sense, you know, very mothering and nurturing. So it's always good to wish everyone happy Mother's Day. I know.
I told Chris, I was like, I'm so unappreciated at my house. I was looking at the dogs. I'm like, I don't even wish your mom happy Mother's Day. Look at everything I do. I was just kidding. Though.
What did you do this weekend?
What did we do? We were really busy all week last week. I had like 2 run clubs that we went and did events with Moss. So that was fun. It was great. Like, it's been really cool just to build that community up. So we did that Wednesday and Thursday, and then Friday, I had a run. I did my long run, and then I went and got my lashes done, and I came home and I cleaned. It was one of those days where I was just like, I need to fucking deep clean, and I cleaned, and then I was like, you know what, I'm in the mood. Once Chris gets home from the gym, we're gonna go out. Girl, I was so tired. Oh my gosh. Chris is like, all right, you gonna get ready? I had just finished. I was like, I did an everything shower, you know. It was like, I'm like, nah, fam, I'm not getting off this couch.
Shave them legs.
Yeah, I was like, no, I did. I shaved them legs. I was tired. I had ran 7 miles, and I was just doing a lot, and I was like, no, I'm just gonna stay on this couch. And Saturday we went for a run, and then we ended up going to eat. And then I was like in the mood to go out for a drink because I didn't go out the night before. So I told Gabby, I was like, let's go out for a drink. And she's like, all right, let's do it. And I was like, oh, they're not going to be down. But Gabby's like, we're going to go out. So I was like, all right, everybody go take a nap, take an hour nap, which I did. I took like an hour nap. And then I was like, we'll meet up and we'll get some margaritas and then go out. So we got a margarita right across the street here at, what is it called? What is it called? Mexican Sugar.
Oh, how was that?
It was good.
It's good.
It's good.
Did you have any food or just drinks?
We had some appetizers. We've had their food before. It's not spectacular. Like, it's not, like, amazing food. We had also just eaten fajitas earlier for lunch. We love El Tiempo. That's my favorite fajita.
You do?
I love El Tiempo.
Really?
Which, I mean, we don't have a here, I don't think.
I'll have to...
Yeah.
You'll have to come sometime with me.
Yeah, so we had that earlier. So we just had like an appetizer, and then we went to Best Regards, and we had some drinks there, and we were just, you know, people watching, and it was fun. We had a fun night. It was kind of chilly on Saturday night, actually. It kind of got a little chilly.
I was in bed. And
then Sunday, I was going to message you, and I'm like, nah, Saturday, I was like, she's probably not going to want to come out tonight. Sunday, I had booked Puppies in Yoga.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, it was so much fun. There was a bunch of little Frenchies. There was only 2 Frenchies that were fur Frenchies, and then all the other ones were bulldogs. They were so cute, and I'm like, oh my God, if I knew you weren't going to get so chunky, I would take you home, because bulldogs get
huge.
Big. Yeah. And, I mean, you should have seen their paws as puppies. They were already big. There was one that was the smallest of them all. Oh, my God, he was so freaking cute. I'm like, oh my God, I could just eat you up. I wanted to bring him home, but I was like, no, there's just no way. I can't even, I can barely take care of my 2 children. But we did that Sunday. I was really tired on Sunday. I'm trying to think. Yeah, we literally, I think we ended up booking like last minute massages, because I was just like, I was having a day. I was tired. I took like a 2-hour nap, and Chris was like, hello? And I'm like, I'm tired. It was almost like when you're a little kid. I'm like, he woke me up because he's like, let's go. I'm like, he's like, let's go do something. And I'm like, all right, let's go to the grocery store. This was after getting back from the puppies yoga. I was like, I'm taking a nap. He's like, I'm not tired. I'm like, well, I need a nap. And he woke me up, and I'm like literally walking down that hallway, and I'm like holding the tears in. Aww. And I'm like, I don't want to go anywhere. Why don't you just let me sleep? I'm tired. He's like, why are you so tired? I'm like, because I'm a woman and I'm tired. I'm like, I'm just tired.
Exactly.
There's just some days I'm just so tired. And it's because I was supposed to start my period yesterday. I haven't started, which I think is just like my meds, you know? So like when you're about to start your period, like you're just like a zombie. You're just exhausted. I'm like,
yes.
And he does not, it's every month, but he does not grasp that concept.
He'll never understand it.
I'm like, I cannot open my eyes. Just let me sleep.
You know what you need to do? You need to like slip some melatonin and like, here babe, here's a iced tea.
Yeah.
I don't know. And like slip a little.
Yeah, so that they can feel, because it's not that I want to lay down. It's just the tiredness is overpowering.
It's the feeling as if you were to take like 2 Lemmy sleeps.
Yes.
Like, and
you're like groggy.
Keep your eyes open.
Yes. And you almost feel sick, but you're not sick. Like, you know, but your body feels sick. You're just like, I'm like,
yes.
I'm like, you're literally
like,
I need
to lay in bed.
I'm like, I need an IV or something, bro.
No, an IV wouldn't do it. Energy drinks won't do it.
Yes. I had coffee, nothing.
Yeah. No,
Yeah,
it's an unexplainable exhaustion.
It was. But then yesterday we did the run club. It was so much fun.
Yeah. Did people show up?
Yes. I had told Gabby that it was like 15. I counted in the picture. I haven't posted yet. It was like 24 of us.
Wow.
Yeah. It was a really good turnout. Some of the girls that listened to the pod showed up. It was there were so many girls. They were so sweet. A lot of girls were like, I don't run, but I just wanted to come and support. And I'm like, awesome. You guys are so sweet. I like got in my car and I was like in like the verge of tears. It was just like I just felt so like appreciated and loved. Like I was just like not expecting so many people to show up, and they did, and different people from different run groups. And I just feel like I've been so stuck in the same bubble for so long, and it's really hard to get out there sometimes, and you don't always know where. For me, because before I started running, it was just like, oh, well, it's either if I go out to a restaurant and stuff, but like that's hard. It's already hard to network there, right? So like getting into like running, and even though like going to a run group or a run club is scary at first because you don't know anyone, it's really allowed me to meet some incredible people, and like incredible, like not just women, but like guys, and like I'm a big like vibe person. I get along great with girls, but I also get along great with guys. And yesterday I was like talking to a few of them, and I'm also a very likable person. Like I think people just genuinely
they gravitate,
yeah. So it was like really cool. Like I was talking so long with a lot of people there, and like I don't know, it was just like such a great turnout. Like I told them, I was like, I felt a little nervous, like, because I had to say, like, a little speech, but I was like, I don't know where this is going to go, but I'm just, like, really excited to have, like, a community every Monday where we start off our week right, and, we're all in different levels of running, but, like, I just want, when you come on Mondays, to push yourself, because, like, we're all about, like, I pride myself in, like, being better every single day, so, like, even if it's, like, getting a 10-second faster time than last week, whatever it is, like, make sure you keep up with that goal so you can just keep pushing yourself. And it was really good. I was just like so happy. I was tired last time, but it was really good.
How many miles do you guys do? Do you do
3?
a 5K basically?
Yeah, well, the Memorial Loop is 3.
Okay.
Yeah, so it's just 3 miles.
But you don't all stay together because you all had to have a different pace, right?
Yeah, and the reason I liked that place to start, who knows, we might switch it in different places, is because no one can get lost. Like, it's a full circle.
Right.
So, like, I'm like, everyone can go their own pace. We don't really have to worry about anyone getting lost, which is really nice. So yeah, it's just easier. And I really love the fact that it's almost a little packed because it gives you like community there and like
motivates you.
It motivates you. Everyone is sweating, running. I love watching like so many different. I saw this lady yesterday and I did a double take and you could tell she was like, what the fuck? But I literally did a double take and then I actually went inside the restroom and I was like, no, I'm gonna go back. And I literally went back and I was like, I just have to tell you, you have such an amazing body. And she was like taken back and I'm like, I didn't want her to think I was just why did I do a double take and didn't compliment her. She just was ripped, girl, like ripped. And she was like, I kid you not, I mean, she might have been older than this, but she looked like she was in her late 50s. Like she was older, but she was ripped and I mean great body. And I'm like, it's just so cool to see like so many different people. And then you can see people who are a little bit more overweight, but you can tell that because their skin's a little loose, they've lost weight. So it's like really cool to see that they're like chasing their own goals and stuff. And I just love to see it.
That is so inspiring.
I love to see it.
Did she say did she come out here all the time? What does she do?
What?
The lady that you
complimented? Oh, no. She was in her own world.
Oh, okay.
I just complimented her and she went about her.
Do you think she gets that compliment all the time?
I don't know. She looked great though. I was like, I'm a big complimenter. If you look good and you have great skin, I'm gonna say something because I love complimenting people. But no, it was great. And I feel like, with running, you always start somewhere and then you get better and stuff. But I just think building that community has been really good. It's been really good for me too, like just to build different relationships and stuff. For Chris, I know it's a little bit more difficult because he doesn't have the outgoing personality. It's just not him. But I'm just like really grateful that he's like a part of it and wants to come with me and like, wants to do things. He's like, I'm not racing. I'm not going to sign up for a race or anything. And I'm like, look, you don't have to sign up for a race. I'm not asking you to. But he's been coming and stuff. And it's just like, I feel like it's lit like another little fire in us. So it's been good.
I love that.
Yeah, it's been good.
That's awesome. You guys maybe should host a 5K.
I think so. I think you never know, right? I'm like, everything leads to something. And, like, it's really helped with Maz, too, just getting our product out there, too, like, doing the different run clubs. So that's been really cool. Yeah, I'm just, like, really happy that I'm meeting new people here in Houston. And everybody has, like, different jobs. And it's just really cool to see. I do want to do something different for my run club. So if anybody has any ideas, let me know. Because a lot of run clubs, some of them, like, will go and like play soccer afterwards or go to a bar afterwards or whatever. The one I go to Wednesdays, Sexy Pace, they do like they have somewhere they go afterwards every Wednesday, which I think is really cool, but I want to do something a little different. So if anybody has any ideas that thinks that something would be cool to do as part of a run club, let me know. I'm still like brainstorming.
Do you want to plug what time it's at on Mondays?
So it's at 7th. I say meet up at 7 and the run starts at 7:30 at Memorial. Okay. So yesterday people were showing up at like 7:28, which like I was like, okay, like I'll take as many people as I can get.
Yeah.
So it was really cool. But so it starts at that time. That's the only bad thing is that it ends like around 8:30. Like by the time you start the run, everybody runs, everybody like is cooling down together. It's 8:30. I mean, I don't know who wants to go out at 8:30 p.m. on a Monday night. But it's crazy because a lot of people go out on Wednesday night at 8:30 afterwards. So I'm like, I'm just still trying to figure out what our vibe is going to be. But I think it's cool. I'm excited.
So you can't do any earlier than 7:30 because the heat is
the heat now is killer.
And we're getting a heat wave this week, and I saw it was going to be like above 100. So
shit!
No way.
I saw it was like 94 or something.
Yeah,
you catch me outside getting those hands. I love that. I love it.
I was gonna tell you, you can really take a compliment to heart when it's a Virgo giving you a compliment because you don't have no filter. So if you're complimenting
someone, complimenting, it's because you look
real.
Good. It's real.
Yeah.
And if I don't give you a compliment, it's because I don't like it. And it's funny because my friends know that.
I know. I can see it on your face.
I love Rachel.
If you don't like something, you just stay silent.
My friend Rachel, she's like, I'm thinking about cutting my bangs again. And I was like, no. And she was like, she was like, you didn't like them last time, huh? I was like, did I compliment you? She's like, no. I'm like, I didn't like it. I didn't like them.
So you're
I'm like, you, I'm like, it is. I'm like, I didn't like them. I don't think your face fits you for bangs.
Yeah.
But
I am the first to call my Virgo girlfriends. Okay?
When you want something,
when I know I need a real opinion. Like,
yeah.
Does this dress,
a real look.
How does this dress look at me? No, pick a different one.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
That's all I needed to know.
Yeah.
And then when you're like, oh, yes, sickening, love it. Okay.
I look fire.
Yeah. Like, so your compliments are genuine.
Yes.
If you're complimenting something.
Oh my gosh, I was going to tell you something else that happened between my day. No, I can't even remember.
So Run Club, that was yesterday. Yeah, that was yesterday.
Yeah, and that's it.
Well, I'll have to go. Traffic is so bad around like 6 o'clock, but I'm gonna have to figure it out. Maybe I'll just come down here and do some work or something, and then wait around for the run. But we'll brainstorm and see what we could do like after the run to make it fun.
To make it fun. I mean, I just want to do something a little bit different. So.
Do you go, Gabby? Did you go?
She had a tan yesterday. She had a tan. Okay. Our girl Sabrina yesterday.
Oh yeah,
we
love Sabrina. I need my lips done, Sabrina.
You just got the dumb boom.
Well, I'm like, can we split a syringe or something? Like,
I'm gonna message her. I'm like, can we please split a syringe? She might just do it for us.
Yes,
she's the sweetest.
Yeah, she is.
I saw this thing right now. I'm just like telling you, Cheeseman. I saw this thing on TikTok, and this girl. It's funny because either when you go off on a rant on TikTok, it can either go in two ways. People will love you, support you, and agree with you, or people will be like,
bash you.
Mm-hmm. Well, this girl, I don't know. First of all, her tonality came off so bad. I was like, I don't know why you thought that girls were going to have your back for this one. But she goes on a rant about how she's like, if you're over 200 pounds, you should not be doing Pilates. Like, there's no reason for you shouldn't even be in that class. They should not allow you. Like, you need to be doing something else. Like, and I'm like, I'm literally watching her video. My mouth is like, and then she goes, also, if you are a fat instructor, you should not be instructing. And I'm like, oh my God, she did not just say that. Oh and then I'm in the comments, and people are like, she's like, tell me, this just proves that some 200-pound girl saw your man or something like that. And all the comments are like, this is so mean girl energy. Like, this is not giving what you thought it was going to give. You thought people were going to support you.
Is she like a big influencer or has a big following?
No, she didn't. I think she was just like ranting. Yeah. And people were like, Pilates is for everyone. Like, absolutely. And I understand maybe she was like, okay, like if she was like some sort of trainer is like, listen, if you are 200 pounds and you're trying to lose weight, Pilates may not be the right start for you, right?
Way better said
than how she said it.
Absolutely.
I will also say, and I actually had this discussion with Chris, is that I think our society now, there's a lot of trainers that aren't in shape as like back in the day.
Yes,
When I first started fitness, there were so many like if you were a trainer, you were ripped. I mean, either a guy you were jacked or ripped. Nowadays, it's very different. Like I will say most Pilates instructors are sometimes like they have like the slim body, but I've noticed some in solid core and stuff like that, they don't really have like the best shape, and they're instructors, and I feel like everyone's different. We live in a society, right, where like I don't think the starving yourself and being lean is as popular as it once was. But I will say, as someone who's really into fitness, I do take, if my instructor is not in shape, I do take it like, I won't come back to the class. Because for me, it's important. Like for me, I get my motivation from my instructor, right? So like, it's like if you're hiring her trainer, you're not going to personally, I'm not going to hire a guy in the gym if he's not in shape.
Absolutely.
So I agree with what she was saying. Like if you are not in shape, if you don't have some sort of muscle toneness to you, I do think that like needs to be like a requisite, I guess, for a trainer per se, like teaching a class. But the way she said it was just like, I was just like, girl, you just dug your own grave. You're gonna get canceled on this platform.
And I understand what the message she's trying to send is, but But, I mean, and, like, I agree with what you're saying in a way, because it's like, how can I sell a lash serum and I have itty-bitty lashes?
Yes,
right?
yes.
Okay, it's the same thing. It's like, you have to see it to understand that this is a result I'm going to achieve also, right?
Right.
So, yeah, like, getting clients and stuff, you do need to make sure you have the physique to show people, this is how I got here. Use my program, right?
Well, not just the program, I think also, like, the sacrifice. Like,
the hard work.
The hard work.
Yes.
Right? So, like, if an instructor's not in shape, I'm like, okay, well, you come here, but outside of this, you're not... It makes me feel like you're not doing the sacrifices it takes, the dieting it takes to look that certain way, right?
So, but, like, the being 200 pounds, like, you can't be here is crazy, because that's the perfect place that a person should be if they are trying to reach goals of losing weight. And I get what she's saying, maybe Pilates isn't, maybe start with some cardio or whatever, but who fucking cares? She is working towards it, and that's all that matters, and that's, like, the perfect place. She should be there. Yeah. So, no, that is...
Yeah, it was
cancel
rude.
her.
Yeah.
Yeah, cancel
It was, I love that, because there was a lot of comments that were like, how dare you, like, say something about someone who's trying to better themselves. They're obviously going to a Pilates class because they're trying to, like, get in shape, and because Pilates is more... why can't I think the word? It's not as taxing on your body, you know? Like, it's, like, lower impact. It's better for people who are a little bit heavier, right, than going to run.
Yes.
And so I was just like, that was just not it, girl.
No, that's not a girl's girl.
No. All right, so I wanted to share with you, before we get into, like, some drama topics, since this kind of goes with TikTok. So I've been really, like, I go down this hole of, like, people posting this thing with the sound, and it's like, I'm bored. Tell me the most unhinged thing that's helped your skin, or tell me the most unhinged thing. So this is like, I'm bored. Tell me the most unhinged thing you've done after you found out you got cheated on. I'm not talking I put glitter on his stuff or I keyed his truck. I mean unhinged. First of all, have you ever keyed anyone's truck?
No, I would never. I'm not.
Yeah, no.
You know that. I don't have street, like, I don't fight, you know? Like, I don't do that shit.
Honestly, you don't. Honestly, I would be a little... If I was... How will I say this? If I was at a bar with Gabby and Hannah, and we got in a fight with some girls... I'd be fighting solo, because I feel like both of you would be like, y'all be walking away, I'd be like holding it down, putting my hands.
This is great content for the pod.
Gabby would be like, Chris, come get your girl, because she is sticking up for us, but...
I'd be like, hold your purse.
My God.
Me when I was like 12 and I was like, and I smashed my key into the side of it. I would never.
Oh my God, okay. Found out he cheated with his cousin. Ew. Texted her from a text app telling her it was him. Asked her for the pics they took. Made a Facebook account with the pics of them kissing and added all his family.
Yes!
Isn't that crazy?
That is savage.
First of all, with your cousin.
Okay.
Where is this?
I would absolutely do some shit like that.
Oh, yeah.
Absolutely.
I would send it to his family.
Like, that's like a low-key thing. Like, you're never gonna... Like, I'm gonna drive you so hard, but not... You know what I mean?
Yes.
Like, and it's anonymous, right? It's anonymous. She's never gonna know. Mm-hmm. He's never gonna know who the fuck it was.
Yeah,
but,
that's
oh my
true.
God.
Yeah,
that's crazy.
Yeah, that's crazy.
That's crazy.
That's crazy. I was like, wow. Round of applause for him. This was found out, I guess the girl that he was cheating on her with found out she was a photographer. So I booked a couple sessions to make it real awkward for him.
I like that.
That would be so uncomfortable, though. I'd be like, oh my God. I would also be nervous. Like, unless you're really, like, you're ready to, like call it all out there.
Damn.
But I would be nervous for that.
Yeah, I wish I could see a recording of that photography session.
I know. I would have loved. He was probably sweating. You could probably see sweat in his jeans.
Yes.
Okay.
Damn.
Let me see.
Us girls were crazy.
This one was crazy. Saw in his deleted messages that they were going to a barbecue. Found her son on Facebook, which I'm assuming this lady's older or something. They're older. Found her son on Facebook. He asked me on a date. Showed up at the barbecue that my husband was with his mistress. At the barbecue, we all fam. They all fail. Can you imagine?
Oh my
Dude,
god.
now that I would do.
Savagery.
Oh my god. I would be getting, I would hire a makeup artist and a hair guy that day.
Oh my god, and a videographer.
And a videographer.
Oh my god, that's crazy.
That is crazy. That woman, oh my god. It's like that movie, I just watched it. The student one where she goes back to college. Melissa McCarthy goes back to college.
Okay.
I love that movie. And she's, the guy divorces her and starts dating the realtor. And then she ends up hooking up with the realtor's son. It's savage. It's so good. Have you seen that movie? No? Oh my gosh, you need to watch that with me. I love that movie. Damn, have you seen that movie?
No, I haven't. But like, you know the saying like, well, I'm gonna fuck your daddy then. No, it's I'm gonna fuck your son. Like, that's crazy.
Fuck your son.
That's crazy.
That's crazy. Okay.
Don't clip that.
Everyone's like, hold on, gonna need popcorn for this one. Okay, so that was like those were some of the most unhinged
God, that's crazy.
cheating ones. So this is like, what is the most unhinged like workplace thing? Okay. So this person says, I was a manager at a warehouse, and an employee came to talk to me every day because he said he was sad and having some really hard times. Wait. I now remember reading this one. It's really depressing. So I need to like, I'm like all like from like the ones we just saw, and I'm like, this one's really sad. So I need to just like really get it together right now.
I don't think you are. Well. Okay. You should have started with this one.
I know it.
Worked your way.
I should have. Oh my god. Okay. Okay.
Do you want me to read it?
Yes, please. Okay.
I was a manager at a warehouse. An employee came and talked to me every day because he said he was sad and having some really hard times. My door was always open. Talked to him for weeks, trying to give him support. Got a call one morning from my boss saying he had taken his own life. Said that right before that. This girl needs a little lesson on grammar, but it's okay. He called and said he wouldn't be in for a shift and to let me know that I know you tried to help and listen. I appreciate it. I was already too far gone. Thank you. I will never forget that.
I know. Isn't that crazy? Sorry, I know. I was laughing before, but when I read that, I was like, oh my god. The fact that he called and was like, can you let her know that she did everything she could, but I was too far gone. I was like,
oh my god.
I feel like that must, honestly, if I was her, I'd probably like have quit my job and like it was like a reality check to do.
Yes.
To do whatever you want to do in life.
Oh, that's crazy.
I was like not expecting that.
Me either.
That was not. Well, no, obviously. Okay. Working ED admissions. What does ED mean?
Erectile dysfunction.
Is it? Working ED?
I'm thinking, okay, sorry, education or erectile dysfunction?
I think education. Working ED, so it's got to be like like a education because...
My bad.
No, that's what I thought too, but it says working ED admissions, a woman came in with a laundry basket. She threw it on my desk and said, I just had that, and walked out. The basket held the newborn with placenta still attached.
Oh my god.
So she's like, I just had that, walks out, leaves the lady with the baby.
No way.
Isn't that crazy?
It is, with the placenta still intact is crazy.
So she probably just had this baby at home or some shit.
She just had that baby. Ugh. I need follow up. Like, is that baby okay? Oh my gosh, that's crazy. I feel like these stories are like, you don't believe that until you actually see it. Like, I can't imagine actually that happening to me.
Yeah. That's why it was like crazy. One of the most unhinged things that's happened to you at work, which is these last two. That's pretty unhinged for work.
That's unhinged.
Okay, so this one says, my coworker who hated me because I was young, black, and had the same role as her, made brownies for the team, but randomly made me a special one. LMAO, no thanks, Debbie. She was mad I declined. Isn't that crazy?
Damn. She's
trying
to kill her or something.
She was, or give her diarrhea or some shit. Or she probably did have like some witchcraft. That's crazy.
The brownie.
Probably.
Dang, that's crazy.
Delivering a pizza. Ticket said to deliver to the backyard. I was 17 at the time. In the backyard, I saw several bedroom acts happening. They tried to tip me an open tequila bottle for my silence. 17. Isn't that crazy?
Oh my God.
Where do you live? I didn't even look at the comments. I should have been like, I wonder if someone asked where.
Why would someone having an orgy in their backyard tell the pizza man to come to the backyard?
Because they want to
show off, or like hoping they're like they would join or something.
Yeah,
like,
it's gotta be some like it's gotta be a mental it's gotta be like some fetish, some weird thing.
Okay, noted. If my son ever wants to work for Pizza Hut and be a delivery driver, the ticket says deliver to the back. Do not deliver to the back. Deliver to the front door.
That's
they need to have
weird.
policies about that or something. That's crazy.
It's crazy.
That's so sad. And like you're 17.
That's crazy.
That's crazy.
Yeah.
That would scar you. If you're like you know like really like shy or something.
Yeah. I was looking right now. I think it was a girl. I'm like,
that's so sad.
Her username is Thuggy Cheese. Thuggy Cheese.
Okay, she loves cheese.
Okay. Some of these names, right? You think about like how people come up with them. All right. We had to have a sign-in sheet to use the bathroom because someone was smearing feces all over the stalls and they couldn't figure out who it was. One day it just stopped forever. Well, yeah, because you're making them sign in the sheet, so they're not gonna. But imagine a worker is doing that. That's disgusting.
Who the fuck would do that?
I don't know, dude. There's crazy people, and I'm like, why would you do that? Like, people have to clean the restroom.
Why would someone do that?
People are. I don't know, man.
Oh my god. Okay, you know, my husband works in a restaurant. Okay, there was one time. He got a call or something, and they were like, oh my god, like, what do we do, blah, 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 or something, and he's like, okay, like, he's on the phone, he hangs up, and he's like, oh, he gets a text, he's like, oh my god, he's like, I don't even think I can show you this, you're gonna throw up, you're gonna puke or something, and I was like, I want to see, like, what is it, and he's like, this is what happened in the bathroom, and he showed me.
What happened to you?
No, shut up, Jasmine. That was Patreon, okay?
Okay, they gotta go back to Luke.
Go back to Patreon to hear my story. No, this didn't happen. This is worse. Oh. So how can it get worse? This is worse.
I just keep thinking about you.
Okay, this is worse. Okay.
Oh, God.
It looked like an elderly person or someone really sick or someone was like trying to sit but didn't make it, and there was explosive shit on the wall. Like, okay, like I'm not kidding, like as if someone took a fucking fire hose from a fire truck and went okay, I'm not kidding, like I will get him to show you this.
No, I don't need to see.
I was like, oh, and we're just looking at you like, how the fuck does that happen?
Maybe you're right. Maybe
he's elderly. He like couldn't make it in time.
They probably couldn't. So by the time
he was bending down and just dropped his foot on his.
Oh my god, I'm dying.
So I'm gonna find the picture.
Oh my god, that's horrible.
Someone has to clean that.
Who cleaned that?
Buster, like staff has to clean that, and it's a biohazard.
Yeah. So they have to wear like a bunch of stuff, I'm sure, to go in there.
Yes. They're probably like nose goes or like rock, paper, scissors.
Oh my god.
Who's to go clean that shit?
Oh my god.
I'm gonna find the picture and show it to you because
I can't even imagine the fucking. How did they get out of the bathroom? Did they come out and say it was me?
Girl, no. That's the craziest part about it is an employee went to the restroom to use the restroom and they found the stall like that. So some fucking crazy person. I mean, look.
They were probably embarrassed.
I guess they were so embarrassed, right? Like
I would have just.
You would have done that shit too. Literally.
I ain't saying is.
Okay, well there you go. They were too embarrassed to say anything. So
yeah,
can you imagine being like? just have to tell you, I just shit on the wall. I'm so sorry.
Yeah.
And leave.
Oh my god.
I'm crying.
That's crazy.
Crazy. Like,
that poor person
imagine
too.
it, the photo is 10 times worse, okay? I can't even put into words how bad it was.
I'm really thinking it was like someone like who just couldn't hold it. You know, like it was really bad.
Absolutely.
You have to.
That's why we were like, he had to have been old. That's the
Yeah.
only way you can justify it. Because, like, what the fuck?
Yeah.
Yeah. Sorry, continue.
No, that was crazy.
Worse than smear. Yeah.
Okay.
So bad.
Now this next one is, tell me the most unhinged thing you've ever said to a man.
Ooh.
He put me on blast at his family gathering for not cleaning as much as him. As the breadwinner of the house, I responded, why should I pick up the house when I'm constantly picking up the tab?
Ooh, mic drop, babe. That is awesome.
I was like...
Yes.
She's right.
Yes, absolutely.
You gonna try and embarrass her in front of your family?
You can't clap back to that one at all.
No. I was like, you stupid.
Savage.
When he got caught sending DMs to randoms on IG, I told him, you can't even make one woman happy. Why are you trying to disappoint all of us? Can you imagine?
No, I can't.
When an arrogant man tells me I should smile more, I say, you first. And when they arrogantly do show me how it's done, I give a little smile and quietly say, good boy.
Ew.
I thought that was a little weird.
Yeah, weird.
I was like, okay. I mean, he's probably embarrassed though.
Yeah.
If you're like, if I tell you, I'm like, no, you smile first, and you're like, I'm like, I don't know. It's weird. It's a weird
dynamic.
Yeah, weird dynamic. Okay. I thought I said more of the man one, so I guess I didn't say more of the man.
What's the craziest thing you've ever said to Chris?
Girl, I'm not slick.
You're not?
Mm-mm. I'm not a slick person. No.
Really?
No. And I don't think I've ever said anything like... He's never done anything for me to hurt him like that, though.
Yeah. Well, yeah, and you guys respect each other in your relationship.
Very much.
When you argue, we've talked about that, which is really important in a relationship. It's a red flag if he's ever insulting you in a relationship, even in an argument. But cheating, it's like everything's out the door, off limits at that point.
Oh yeah. Like, if he cheated on me, everything would be out the door. I'd be fucking saying a bunch of stupid shit. But
100%.
But I mean, he's never done anything, and I mean, I've never been around a guy to like say anything unhinged before. Mm-hmm. I will say this. This is probably one of the most unhinged things I've ever said right now that I'm just like thinking about this. So when I was working at my parents' restaurant, you have to think I'm from the South, so we were there. We thankfully didn't experience a lot of racism in the sense of like calling us names, but there was racism in the sense of like white people in that area always thought they were superior, right? Because they were white, and so you always felt that. And especially working at a Mexican restaurant, you're already working at a restaurant, right? Mm-hmm. And the customer's always right. And then working at a Mexican restaurant, it was almost like, here I don't feel it so much, but in Georgia I felt it, like where people really made you feel like you were less than because you were Mexican and not white. But I remember my dad was very much always like, the customer's always right. And I was very much like, nah, fam. If he's stupid, he's stupid. But I was really, like when I was younger, I was more savage. But then like as I grew up in the restaurant world, I understood what my dad meant by that, and like so I would try to like always like agree with the customer if the customer. We never really had a lot of issues because we did a really good job like with our customers. Mm-hmm. But I do remember this one time, and it was always on. We had Taco Mondays, like 50-cent tacos, and always the thing with like specials like that, it always brought in the fucking cheap people, right? Mm-hmm. So if they're already cheap, they're not leaving you a tip, and they're always like, they're even more
extra.
They're extra,
running you.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. So I remember, or they just don't want to pay for. You have the customer that doesn't want to pay. So I remember this party comes in, and they're a group of like 6 or whatever, and I'm like, my dad had known that they were like complainers. They always complain, and I remember. I was like, I could just sense they were going to say something, and I knew they were going to say something to my dad. And my dad's English is good, but I was like, I was sweeping. I'm like, I'm just going to keep an eye out, whatever. So then I hear him say something rude to my dad, and I'm like, oh no. So I'm like, Dad, I got it. And he starts saying like, oh yeah, I didn't like it, whatever. and then I'm like, well, why didn't you say something? He's like, oh, no, it's just because I found a hair. And then I'm like, you didn't say anything until right now that we're bringing you up. And then I was like, and then he ends up saying insulting. So he's like, it's got to be a pube hair. It's got to be a pube hair. And he's saying it, granted, he's saying this in front of his wife, in front of his kids. So I look at the man, and I'm like, it's got to be your pube hair. And I don't remember exactly what I said, but I remember I embarrassed the fuck out of the man. Like, he was like a 40-year-old man, and I looked at him and his wife and his kids, and I'm like, you are embarrassing yourself. You are embarrassing your family by the things that are coming out of your mouth right now. I'm like, and I told him, I'm like, are you ignorant? Why would there be a pube hair in your food? Unless it's your pube. Are you touching your pubes and putting it in the food? And I think he was just more shocked that this little young girl was saying something to him that he was not expecting, and embarrassed him than anything. But I just remember saying, I'm like, dude, people will always, I mean, we've had great customers, but you will always have people too that no matter what.
Always.
But I remember I remember embarrassing the fuck out of the man, and I was like, that's probably the most unhinged thing I've done. I don't really give it, I don't want you to come back. Don't come back. We don't need customers like you. That's probably the most savage I went on in the restaurant.
Hell yeah.
Yeah.
Hell yeah.
But other than that, other men, no.
Yeah.
Do you?
Yeah.
What's the most?
I mean, definitely. I mean, like,
Did you say something about? I feel
catching.
I feel like saying something about his, like, him not, like, feeling you in bed is probably, like,
yep,
the
it's
best.
always going to be the best job.
The best
100%.
job. 100%. Yeah.
So Patreon coded. I guess, like, breaking up with some guy or whatever, because I ended up finding out that he had gone up to some girl's place, right? And he had lied to me, like, blah, 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 whatever, right? And I knew I had the proof, but I still asked him again. Like, you, like, almost like a mom. You're like,
yeah.
Do you have anything you want to tell me? You know, like, he still didn't admit to it. And then I remember when he went back to go back on his computer at some point, I set the screenshot as the wallpaper. Which I didn't say. That's the thing with me. Like, I'm not big on, like, words and, like, hitting you with words. But, like, for me, it's, like, very small actions, right? And then that's that. And then, of course, telling him, like, well, you were never going to bed anyways. Something like that. Yeah. Absolutely. It's super savage, like you said.
Yeah. I feel like that's a big job. Because if some guy was like, you don't give good head anyways, I'd be like, I don't care. You know? But if you tell a guy that he's not doing well in bed, that's a hit.
a small dick.
Yeah.
Always a good one.
Always a good one. But he has to have one to say it. You don't think?
Not necessarily.
Oh.
Like, because there's always going to be a bigger one.
That's
you
true.
know what I mean?
There's always going to be a bigger one. For sure.
And then now to him, he's like self-conscious. He's like, damn, I thought I had a nice one. I don't. She's had bigger.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. This next one is, and then I think this is the last one. I thought this was really funny. It's like, tell me the most unhinged thing. What is it said? You did after a night out. And this girl says, took my makeup off with nail polish remover. Can you imagine that? Girl, I can barely take my makeup off with a makeup wipe.
Why would you use nail polish remover?
Why would you not just sleep with your makeup at that point?
What? That's crazy.
I was crazy. Like, that's crazy. Another girl said, where is it? I don't know. That was it. I didn't really... I thought there was another one. But I saw that one and I was like, that's crazy.
What's the craziest thing you've done after a night out?
No, it was really bad. I slept outside next to a random... Well, I didn't sleep for too long. I got really drunk once. But this is like the last time I ever drank that much. Like, that's what you won't catch me really drinking that much again. And I don't like to drink tequila because I drank really a lot. And the thing with me when I drink a lot is that I get really lovey-dovey. Mm-hmm. And it can be really bad And so apparently Chris says that I was like really close to making out with one of our friends, even though like I don't really remember. It was like y'all were like this close talking to each other, which I'm not saying he's lying, right? Could have been true.
Yeah.
And then we got into a fight over it because I was so drunk, and we were living in the apartments in Sugarland, and I was just like, "You're always yelling at me, blah blah blah." So I take off my Louboutins. I'm sitting on the fucking sidewalk. I'm laying down, and then he's like, "Stop! You're embarrassing us." Something, something, something. So I take off running. Apparently, I tried to open the door before we got there. I take off running, and I just remember being next to this truck, and it had a really big wheels. So I just laid my head there for a little while. I don't know how long. And then thankfully our friends lived in...
Chris didn't come get you?
No, he didn't know where I was, and I wasn't going to tell him.
You fast.
I'm quick. Quick. He didn't try coming to chase me. He was
Blackout drunk club.
Yeah, blackout run club. And then I ended up sleeping at my one of our friends' apartments, and I came home the next morning, and I was like, just let me have it.
And were you like, what did I do? You were blackout drunk, so were you like, what did I do last night?
And like it came in and out, but like I feel like that was like the last time I got really, really drunk like that.
Oh my God.
Yeah, it was, But I've never really done anything crazier than that.
Yeah.
I mean, I don't know how much crazier you can get. What's the craziest thing you've done?
Well, this is after a night out, which is different. So, okay, I've done insanely stupid, crazy things like during a night out. After a night out, I would say the craziest thing for me is sleeping in my car in the parking lot of my work and going in for another shift that same night. Like 2 hours sleep and then go into my shift the next morning. 100%.
Hungover? Still drunk?
I'm gonna plead the fifth on that one.
Oh shit.
Well, I mean,
yeah.
What can you do? I mean,
That's crazy.
Yeah.
Girl.
That was a time. Look, I've done a lot of stupid things. Okay, don't take that. But yeah, absolutely. After a crazy night.
I'm trying to think what else stupid things I've done.
Because for me, like working a certain job I had, it was really late nights, like till like 1 a.m., right? And then we'd go out and hang out and then stay up till 3 in the morning, 4 in the morning, and then I'd work a 7 a.m. shift. So it's like a close and then an open shift. And so it's like I'm not about to drive. So I just would have someone take me in my car, and then I'd sleep in the car for a second for 2 hours, an hour, and then I'd go into my shift. Yeah. I was great at my job. Great at my job.
Damn, look at you, girl. That's a real hard worker right there.
That's work ethic.
That's work ethic right there for sure. Because I would have been like, I can't commit. I'm sick.
Nope, never called in. That is commitment.
Damn, that is commitment.
So no excuse. No excuse to call in. I don't care how hungover you are, how whatever you are. You
gotta show up.
That shit.
My dad, I will say that my dad, he like will drink on weekends, but that's one thing. He will show up. He's like, I don't care if y'all want to drink. I don't care. He's like, you just show up. Yep. Doesn't matter how hungover you are. You show up.
Absolutely.
Me? No, I can't.
I got the job done, and I did great.
Damn, look at you.
Yep. Fix my makeup real quick in the little car mirror and go in. Chug a Red Bull.
That's what you had for breakfast?
Oh, yeah. Absolutely.
That's crazy. Okay. Tell me all about the TikTok drama.
The Ace Family drama?
Yeah, the Ace Family drama.
Do you know the Ace Family?
Yes.
Did you ever watch them on YouTube? Back in, 2016?
No, I never really watched them because I didn't really...
Yeah.
I'm like, I don't really, it's hard for me to be invested. But I know, she finally left him.
Yes.
Caitlyn. Her name was Caitlyn, right?
Catherine.
I really like her, though. She, left him. He just gives me the weird vibe. So, I don't know. But she finally left him. And then he was I remember there was that time where he was posting all this stuff on TikTok or whatever. Well, apparently I did see that he posted his new girlfriend or something, right?
Okay, yeah. They both have other partners in their life.
Yeah. Okay, that's all I know.
That's it? Okay. So I've been watching the Ace Family since they were like in their first apartment for years because I loved watching Jaclyn Hill, like all the YouTubers. I used to watch like Shane Dawson all the time, Jenna Marbles. Did you ever watch Jenna Marbles? Oh my God. That was like this was like back in 2015, 16. Ace Family started coming up, loved their vlogs, loved their little girl Elle. Like, I love family-oriented stuff. They would just vlog going to the zoo, doing random stuff, and then eventually they started getting a following. They got a really big house, and then from there on, they just blew up, right? They had more kids, and they just looked to be the happiest family, right? I mean, obviously, Austin always had that kind of narcissistic, like, clout-chasing energy to him, and obviously there's truth to that now because Catherine, so they're separated, right? They have other partners in their lives. They have like 3 kids. They co-parent pretty well, it looks like, online. Catherine just came out with a book.
Okay.
That's what sparked all of this. So Catherine released a date. It's going to come out July 1st, the whole book, and it's part 1 of a 2-part book series. So it's basically her life. She's just talking about her life. It's written by her and like some other co-author that helped her write it. So in the book, she released a snippet of kind of, you can go and read a preview of the book. In the preview, she happens to release like 3 or 4 pages about how Austin cheated on her.
Okay.
And how that all went down, how it happened from her perspective and what happened in her eyes. So
that people didn't know about.
No one knew about it. There was a lot of allegations that he had cheated and was cheating. Some girls like on social media came out saying like, yeah, like he invited me to this, invited me to that, I hooked up with him, but it was all just alleged. It was never confirmed by anyone. And she would always defend him too. Like she would go and make a quick Snapchat and say like, no, like everyone stop the rumors, like this is my family, don't come for us. So she would always kind of defend him. So up until now, she released the 3 pages and I read them. She says that the very first time she found out he was cheating, she was pregnant with her 3rd child, and they did this huge Ace Family basketball charity event. And she says she was there, and she just started to feel very like they were out of touch with each other. Like he was very much big on all of their subscribers and like the money, and he would just kind of leave her on the wayside a little bit. She felt very out of place. And then when they did the event and they went out, he was like taking control of everything, kind of leaving her behind and not kind of making her part of things. And then she said she noticed a girl off to the corner, and she was like, who invited this girl? Obviously like VIP or whatever, like a part of the Ace Family crew. And she was like, oh, she's really pretty. I just felt like something was off, right? And I was like, who invited this girl? Someone from Austin's side of the family ended up admitting to her that Austin invited that girl and has been hooking up with her or something like that. So then Catherine realized he's cheating on me and he is cheating on me, blah, 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 whatever. So that came out in her book. This is a few days ago, right? And I read it and I was like, oh, damn, okay, it's all true. But I'm sure she had to have spoken to Austin about this, right? Like releasing a book and talking about their lives. Like they co-parent. Well, I'm sure at some point she was like, hey, I'm going to release a book stating what happened between us. Is that okay?
Yeah.
So then I'm on Snapchat this morning, and Austin has a huge Snapchat following. I'm pretty sure that's how he makes most of his income. He's really goofy and weird and funny on Snapchat.
First of all, I'm sorry to cut you, but what a hoe.
Who, Austin?
The girl to show Catherine? Up knowing that, first of all, you know he's married because he's such a big thing.
Yeah.
And to show up,
well, she came out and said some stuff too.
Okay, well, anyways, keep going.
So.
Snapchat. Okay.
Austin released a long Snapchat story this morning, and I watched the whole thing. Okay. And he's very dramatic, okay? But he basically says that he was blindsided. He knew nothing about this book. He knew nothing about Catherine. He knew Catherine was writing something, but he says he did not know that Catherine was going to come out and say all that stuff. He says it's like, he did admit that he did step outside of their marriage. That's the term he used. So he admitted to cheating on her, yes. He says...
Step outside of their marriage? Oh yeah,
he cheated.
God.
Okay, I know. He admits to it. He says, we talk about this a lot, which is why I wanted to bring this up. He says that Catherine was not intimate with him, and they weren't having sex for like a year or something like that. And he would express like his needs to her, and she ended up saying, do what you want, do not embarrass me, and do not let me find out about it to him. This is what he's stating. Okay. He states that...
He states this.
Yeah. He states that they had a conversation, and Catherine was like, look, I can't please you the way you want to be pleased, because she was going through like a spiritual journey. She's really spiritual now.
Yeah.
She was going through some journey to where she like didn't want to have sex with him anymore. I don't know. That's what he's saying. So he wasn't getting any from her, and they ended up having a conversation, and she was like, do whatever you want. Don't let me find out, and do not embarrass me and our family. So he took that as, okay, then I'm going to go get my needs elsewhere and make sure I keep it on the down low, right? That's what he started doing. So he was like, Catherine knew about the things I was doing. So he was like, I don't know what to tell you guys. Like, Catherine was okay with it in a way, right? You have to see a story to see.
Yeah.
It's hard to tell because his energy is very, like, kind of manipulative in a way. He's like, she knew about it, but yeah, I admit everything I did was wrong, so I don't know. But anyway, he's like, I guess apparently Catherine really is into ayahuasca. But like she's created this like environment in her house where she hosts ayahuasca ceremonies. This is all from him, allegedly. This is what he said on a story today. He was like, it's just, I don't feel like it's a safe environment for my kids at this point, because now she's addicted to ayahuasca, and she hosts these ceremonies, her and her boyfriend, who's a super spiritual guy also. That's how they met, I guess, on some ayahuasca trip. What happened?
I saw his photo.
Yeah.
Very hippie-dippy.
Yeah. He's Portuguese.
I know.
Yeah. So anyway, so he's like, Catherine's crazy. At one point she wanted to turn me into a fucking mermaid. Like, she's super weirdly spiritual now. And so I had to break that, like, we had to break our relationship off because she started going into this weird rabbit hole of like doing ayahuasca and all this stuff. So he does admit to his wrongs, but at the same time, he's like, my kids aren't in a safe environment with her because she's addicted to ayahuasca. Yeah.
Which, I mean, I get that, too. I feel like I would feel some type of way if the other parent of my child, like, I get it, like, and I feel like that's hard because people go through changes, but when someone goes through, like, a very spiritual change like that, there's no getting them out of that.
Oh, yeah,
right?
absolutely.
And so, like, but if she's, like, it'd be different if she was going away, he's with the kids, and she's doing these things, but hosting these events in her house and stuff like that, that's a little taking it too far. If you ask me, if you have kids, like, I feel like that's taking it a little too far. And ayahuasca is not something you should be, personally, like, from what I've heard, should be doing so much of. What kind of trauma is she trying to heal?
Yeah, I'm not defending him at all, but he didn't say that. He was like, look, I get it if you want to go off when you don't have the kids. He said that, like, elsewhere without them understanding what that is and knowing about it, and you need your time to go do ayahuasca, but also it's an illegal substance here, so, like, it shouldn't be here. And he said she's, like, importing this shit, like importing ayahuasca to do and host these ceremonies at her house now, and she's, like, super invested in it. Whatever. But he also voice recorded her at some point when him and Catherine had a conversation about he wanted to release a video when they first separated, saying, you know, I guess saying, admitting his wrongs in a way. He wasn't going to say he cheated, but he was going to say, like, you know, I admit this whole separation is my fault. And Catherine, he has it on recording, which is kind of weird. Like, why are you recording her? But she's like, no, don't say that. Don't expose us. Like, that shit's weird. Like, women who expose their husbands for cheating is weird. And she used some other terms I can't really explain. But a lot of people are like, oh, she did say that. She said it in the voice recording, so that's kind of crazy. That now Austin was trying to say she did that shit to wait until she's going to expose me in her book for sales. Yeah. I don't know. Anyways, but you need to go watch his whole story and then read her snippet of the book and see what you think, because it's crazy.
I will say this. I feel like it's, if anything, it puts it in perspective now that, like, if you are in, like, the influencer space, or you are someone as a celebrity or something, like, I guess if Chris and I ever come to a conclusion where I'm like, you know, he's like, okay, you can do what you want, I'm like, I'm going to need that recorded. Like, true. Because I don't ever want it to come back around saying that I cheated.
True.
And vice versa. If I'm ever like, you know, I can't fulfill your needs, go and do what you, just don't embarrass me, right? Like, because, yeah, it's easy for me to say it and then be like, oh, well, you cheated, you know? But it's like, well, if you said it.
Right, now it's your word against mine. You're so right.
But I feel like that's a really fine line, because it's very different. You have to really make sure if what he's saying is true, like, there had to be a conversation had, right? Because or he, if he's lying, like, you know, we don't know, but, like, it's different. Like if you and I are in a relationship, it's different. Let's say you're not really wanting to have sex with me, or like me and Chris, right? I'm really not wanting to have sex. I'm like in a mood, like, you know, I'm going through something, whatever. And he's like consistently saying like, I want to have sex, and I'm like, oh, just like, I don't want to have sex. Like, do what you need to do. Mm-hmm. That's a little different than me being like, you know what, I can't fulfill your needs. We're both implying here that it's okay for you to cheat. Right. Because I feel like sometimes it could get a little much if you're like, okay, like, I really do what you got to do, but that doesn't mean cheat on me.
That the lines are like, blurred and it's up for interpretation.
That's up for interpretation. Like, I mean, just go masturbate. I don't mean go cheat. But if I'm like,
yeah, you're right.
Hey, I can't fulfill your needs.
Go find it elsewhere.
Just keep it on the DL.
Right.
That's different.
Yes.
I'm saying it's okay for you to cheat, just don't embarrass me. So what really happened?
We don't know.
Did Catherine really say it's okay for you to cheat, or did she just say, like, go do your thing, but didn't really want you to cheat?
In the book, Catherine is saying no. Catherine is saying they were in like a committed relationship. He completely cheated on her multiple times without, like, she felt like it was happening in her gut. She didn't, but then she got proof. So and her version is very much like the hurt woman. Like,
he cheated on me.
Yeah, he cheated and like went against our vow.
Yeah.
Of like, which I don't even know if they were legally married. I know they were engaged. I don't know if they were married on paper or whatever. I know they planned to have a wedding. They never did.
The thing is, like, it's people think that these influencers, right, that have all this fame and stuff, it's like, if anything, it's like, just like how you take your best angle on Instagram, they take the best parts of their life and they share it with you. And their bad points of their life are things that they're okay with sharing. It's not their deepest, you're not really in their, like, deepest, darkest moments. So, like, even though, like, they're showing you this perfect life, if anything, they get more eyes on them. So it's so much, there's so much, what's the word I'm looking for? Temptation.
Yes.
So much temptation. So it's so much easy, especially you have to think of the Ace family. They started out young. Now he's getting all these women who are women and men don't give a crap if you're married or whatever. They want to steal your man. They want to steal your woman. In the DMs, whatever. Like, and it's easy to be, like, it feels good to want to be wanted, right? So, like, I'm sure he's been wanting by beautiful women, and Catherine's beautiful, but there's a ton of beautiful women out there. And I'm not saying it's okay to cheat, but it's obviously, like, when temptation's around, it's hard. That's why it's really hard as a relationship to keep going if you both are in that social media world, because it can really the lines get blurred. You can really easily get distracted, lose sight of what's important, stuff like that. So I can imagine that. And I'm not gonna, I don't know much about it, but, like, I will say this, like, you get what you choose. Mm-hmm. Catherine chose that life with him. Mm-hmm. She wanted the fame too. She got the fame that she wanted. These are the repercussions. Yeah. I'm sorry, but you can't expect to go through life without the consequences of your choices.
Yeah, very true.
So.
Very true. We'll see what happens, where it goes. Mm-hmm. Yeah, pretty crazy.
That's crazy.
But yeah, it kind of gives a good lesson how important clear communication is.
Yes.
Very clear communication.
Especially with that.
Yeah. You have to define it, like, word for word, like what's okay and what's not okay to you in your relationship. Otherwise, it'll all get blurred together.
Yeah, you have to really know, like, for situations like that, like, and I mean, just in general, like, having that conversation with your significant other, because you could also be with someone who is a narcissist or a gaslighter, and it's like, well, we never had that conversation, or
you never said it like
this
that.
is not cheating.
Yes.
You really do now. In today's time, you gotta make sure, before you even sign your marriage license, this is the okay. Even, like, you can like women's pictures, you cannot like women's pictures. Because let me tell you, those are issues, unfortunately, that we have to deal with today.
Yes, we do. That's a great lesson. Take notes, ladies.
Yeah. All right, are you ready to do this
I'm so
challenge?
Ready, because my questions are diabolical.
Oh my God.
I'm so excited.
All right, guys, on Patreon today, it's going to be fun. You want to tell them what we're doing?
We're doing the Hot Ones Wing Challenge. I'm so excited. I know you're scared and you don't love spicy food, so I'm like really nervous. And the way we're doing this is I'm asked, like, I made like 10 crazy questions, and we are going to ask each other these questions per volume of spiciness of a wing. So like first question is kind of like an okay question, right? As the wings get progressively hotter, the questions get hotter.
Okay.
So like you can either answer the question or you have to eat the hot wing.
Okay.
Okay.
So if you answer, you don't have to eat it.
You don't have to eat it if you answer the question, but you have to answer the question through and through. So buckle up, girl.
I got to answer all them questions.
Okay.
I'm just kidding.
Okay, we'll see.
I did get extra wings for Gabby to try the sauces.
Oh, yay.
Too, so I'm
okay,
excited.
yay. I'm so excited.
She probably won't answer any of them, so she going to be eating all the hot wings.
I'm not like, I mean, I'll answer that. Well, we'll see. We'll see. They're crazy questions, you guys.
We still got to try the sauce, though, even if we answer.
Yeah, just a little.
Just
okay.
a little.
Yeah. They're fucking hot. I
know. I'm nervous. I'm nervous because it's spicy.
You're going to be calling me tomorrow like...
No, I'm going to be calling you at 3 a.m. Girl, I'm dying.
I'm that old man in the stall.
Oh, my God. Come clean my bathroom.
Hazmat suit for
Oh,
Chris.
my God, guys. Well, thank you so much for listening. Come join us on Patreon and see the fun because it's going to be fun.
I'm so excited.
And then we'll see you guys next week.
See you next week.
Bye.
Bye, guys.
I'm literally just a girl.